Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, quiet. That's enough. This is a podcast by my dad and my uncle. They talk a lot about music, like a lot. So please sit back and enjoy. I think they are going to start in about 14 seconds.
Hi there, and welcome to another episode of BG's Broken Records. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Gare.
And I'm Bob. So it's GB's Broken Records. GB's Broken Records today?
GB. Yes, it is. Yes.
GB's Broken. Okay, so here's the biggest news since we recorded the last time. Two huge things. We have business cards.
Huge. And they're awesome business cards, by the way.
They are good business cards. And we have a guest today.
Say it again, Bob.
We have a guest today.
We have arrived.
We have a friend from years and years and years ago. He's up in Minneapolis, and he's going to tell us a couple of stories about some adventures.
Great adventures and a great timeline.
Oh, yeah, great timeline. But before we get into that, I want to just touch on one thing real quick. So we're setting up. We're at a different undisclosed location somewhere outside of Metro Detroit. Gary sleeps here, but I'm not going to tell you where it is. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I look over on the floor, and there's a stack of records. And I'm peeling through them, and how'd they show up here?
A good friend of mine's moving out of town, and he's like, hey,
Where's he going?
He's going to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Oh, that's home. That's home.
Oh, is it?
That's where he's from.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He retired from his job,
Seriously?
and so did someone else we know.
Seriously?
33 years.
In Atlanta?
Correct.
Pat.
Yes.
Come on, Pat. Congratulations. Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow, Pat. Well done, lad.
So anyways, this individual called me and said, I got all these albums. Do you want them? Having no idea what they were. And I said, sure.
So here we go, guys. The two that I picked out, the soundtrack for The Breakfast Club and the soundtrack for Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Classics.
Okay, and Gary says we've got to start reviewing albums. Okay, here's my review. They both suck.
Whoa.
Yep.
That was a fast review.
Really fast review. The best soundtrack album is probably a movie you've never heard of. It's called Times Square.
Never heard of it.
Didn't I just say that?
Yes.
Okay. So Tommy had the soundtrack to that. It is freaking awesome. Early Cure, Gary Newman, the Ramones, Susie Quattro doing Rock Hard, Patti Smith, Pissing in the River. What a crap song.
That's the song. That's the title of the song.
Yeah, Pissing in the River.
What year is this? Are we talking?
80.
Okay.
Talking Heads, on that one album just before their breakthrough. That is the best soundtrack album out there. Find it, people. Actually, you know what? I'll put a link to it because I made it.
Better than Quadrophenia?
Whoa. Better than the song remains the same. Okay, we're just shucking and jiving here. Okay, so I think those albums stink. Christine McVie passed away.
Very sad.
Jerry Lee Lewis passed away.
Which this time he really is dead.
He is dead. The killer is dead now.
You
what
saw
was that story?
you-
Tell him the story.
Well, they kept reporting that he was dead, and then they went and interviewed him, like Extra or TMZ went to interview him, and he's like, I'm not dead. I'm still here. But then it was like almost a week after that interview. It was really close to it that
And then he's dead.
then he's really dead.
Then he's dead.
So, but the killer is dead.
The killer is dead, which doesn't surprise me. I'm surprised he lasted that long.
True.
You know, Christine McVie? Yeah. I mean,
Quick illness.
that's but let's think about this. Who's going? I mean, who's up there? I mean, you know, I love Ian Hunter. He's 82. Ringo's 81. Sir Paul
McCartney. Bill Wyman is 86.
6. Charlie's gone.
They're going to start dropping like flies. Neil Young's 82.
Hey, and I know we're going to touch on because Barry's timeline had a mention of Roger Waters and the Wall tour, but I want to show you a picture of an album that just sold, an autographed copy of Pink Floyd's The Wall. So I'm going to read it, okay? Somewhat ironically, Floyd band members deface the 1979 album release, The Wall, with personal graffiti. They all signed it. I wonder if Roger supplied everyone else with pens on this occasion. Quote, "That's okay. I've got mine. You have these," unquote, he said. Take a look at that picture. Can you see Roger doing that? He gave everybody a Bic pen and he used a Sharpie.
He's such an asshole. Always an asshole.
All right. So, hey, listen. Okay, we're going to go get Barry Fires on the phone, and we will be back in, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds. Hang tight. Okay, welcome back. Gary and I just went over our standard intro shtick that we always do, talk about deaths or stealing stuff or whatever. Well, whatever. You know, sometimes I go through magazines and I find this crap. So at the end of our last episode, don't think that we do this all in succession, because we don't. We meet once a week to record, but even though you heard at the outro and the last episode that our guest was calling in, it's been a whole week. We hung up on him and we've met back up 7 days later.
Correct.
Yeah. Needless to say, there's a gentleman on the phone with us who I've known since I was a senior in high school. So I was 16 years old. Barry, can I use your last name?
Absolutely, yeah.
Barry Fires.
A legend.
A legend. He even shaved for this, even though you can't see him. Barry, just before we got on the phone, I said to you, I don't think I've chatted with you in 30 years.
Yeah.
I think it's been 35 years since we got out of that. What was his name? Reams?
Lenny Reams, yeah.
Lenny Reams. So we were taking a drafting class. So Barry and I were sitting right next to each other. And I think you looked over at me and you said, "Do you know who's in town tonight?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, Kiss." And
Wait a minute. Let's back up for a minute. So, Buddy Reams, who smoked the Moore cigarettes, which were like mini cigars, and then he'd say, "Hey, do you need some help?" "No, I'm good, Mr. Reams." And he'd come over, put his hand on his shoulder, and just blow that coffee and more cigarette breath into you. Sorry, I digress. Go ahead, Bob. Yep.
Gary knows.
Yeah, Gary knows. Well, it's better than getting punched in the gut by Blondin. Oh, he did that to me, man, one time. I'm telling you.
Did you get lippy, or what'd you do?
Yeah, I leaned in his classroom and I yelled, "Rents is a wimp."
Oh.
And he walked out into the hall and he goes, "Come here." And I walked over there and he punched me right in the gut. And he goes, Don't bother my class again."
Good punch? Like good hard punch?
I never leaned into his class again. I'm telling you that right now. Okay, I digress. So Barry and I are sitting there. It's early 1983. I think it was February 83. Barry, "Hey, Bob, Kisses tonight. You want to go?" And then Todd walks over, right?
Yep.
"Hey, we're talking about going to Kiss." "Yeah, I'll go." Great. So then we head over to the Village. We go to K-Balm.
Right.
Nice.
CTC Ticket Outlet.
Nice.
"Hey, we'd like 3, 4, and then we kind of mumbled it because, Kiss, it was a little embarrassing in 83 to go see Kiss. So so it was kind of like, "Hey, do you have 3 tickets for, yeah, how would you like 11th row?" Or, yeah, 11th row, I think it was.
Yeah, good tickets, yeah.
We had great tickets. And then you looked at me and you got that big smile on your face and you were like, "Hell yeah." So we go to the show.
I'm sorry, where was the show at again?
Kobo.
Thank you. Okay.
It's the only place you see Kiss back then.
Okay.
So we get in the Great White Whisper. Isn't that the name of the van?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Whisper van.
Todd's dad's van, tricked out with side pipes and everything.
Oh my God.
Is this the Thomas Hardware van?
the Thomas Hardware van?
Thank you.
So we go down to the show. I think you brought a monster boombox.
Yeah.
Blasting tunes. Probably Kiss Alive 2 is my guess.
Yeah, the old JVC. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm sure you still have it.
Yeah, maybe somewhere, maybe not.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's in my parents' house. Okay. I'm making this story longer than it should be. So we go to the show, drinking beers on the way down. I can say that because I know my kids won't listen to this. 11th row. Okay, Barry, so here's my recollection, and you correct me if I'm wrong. Plasmatics warm up. Wendy O. Williams. They do their stuff. Wendy O comes out with a chainsaw, cuts a guitar in half on stage. Throws it in the audience. I cruise up to the...
Wait a minute. Chainsaw and whipped cream? Or was she dressed or was she whipped creamed?
What do you think, Barry?
I think it was electrical tape over her nips.
Thank you. Just had to get the visual. Go ahead.
I don't know, but it was pretty sweet. Go on, Bob.
So we do this. So then she throws it in the audience. I walk up to some guy. I'm like, "Hey, I'm a big Plasmatics fan." Fuck, I don't know one of their songs. Can I just touch the guitar? And he's like, "Yeah, sure, dude. Whatever." Okay. So then we're all standing there, 11th row. I think we're standing on the seats. And then all of a sudden you look over and you said, I'm going up front. And I look at Todd, he looks at me and we're like, I don't know how long it was that you had walked away. And then all of a sudden, so this is the 1983, I'm pretty sure it was the Animalized tour. They had Eric Carr on drums. The stage was set up like a tank.
Right.
So you would have had 2 tracks and a turret in the big, what do you call that?
The big cannon, the big
cannon,
gun.
the cannon, yeah.
That thing.
But the thing would rotate, right? And then
Right.
all of a sudden, I see somebody who's not supposed to be on stage hauling ass across the stage, quick stop, wave to the audience, keeps running. The cannon is turning towards him.
Oh, boy.
Dude, you ducked out of the way like the best limbo dancer I've ever seen in my life.
Nice.
Get across the stage and we don't see you anymore. So Todd and I say, holy shit. We finish up the concert. I think it was pretty close to the end. We walk out to the Great Whisper. You're on top of the freaking van.
Yep.
Doors open. Tunes blasting. I was on stage. And we're like, what the freaking crazy? Tell me what happened as soon as you ran across that stage.
What? Yeah, it didn't take long to the roadies just tackled me and threw me right out the door in like 5 seconds flat.
Did they give you a big pat on the back on the way out, Barry? Or how did they treat you once they tackled you?
Not very well, like a criminal.
Did they throw a punch at you at all and throw you down some stairs? Because that's a story I tell.
I don't think they punched me, but they were pretty aggressive.
Okay. All right. So needless to say, that was my one and only concert with Barry Fires. Now, I didn't call him up after 30 years to say, hey, listen to this one story from Bob, the little bit of intro with Barry Fires. Barry has seen some concerts, a lot of concerts, and he's met a lot of celebrities. So I heard a story about him meeting Keith Richards on one of his solo tours. So I'm actually just going to hand it over to Barry for a few minutes. Maybe you can give us a little, hey, here was the first time I met somebody backstage, how I got there, and how it might have turned into a good hobby. You game with that?
Yeah, I'm totally down with that. Never met Keith, but here's how it all started. Ronnie Wood was at Paperbacks Unlimited in 1987 signing his book. So Evan and I go out to Paperbacks Unlimited. We wait in line for about 2.5 hours, and we're like 10 people away from seeing Ronnie. It's like, you're about to meet Santa Claus or something. And then
Exactly.
Woody's band gets up and says, hey, that's all, folks. Ronnie's leaving the building. And I'm like, oh, shit. We're not just going to give up. So we go out to Evan's Cadillac, get in the Cadillac, drive behind the bookstore, and there's Ronnie's limo. We see him get in, so we follow his limo down
Brilliant.
Yeah, down to the St. Regis. Got out of his limo, so we just parked the caddy right in front. Ran in there and say, hey, Woody, wait up. And he's like, hey, guys, how you doing? And his bouncer was there, and he was really cool, man. He took the time to sign our books. We got pictures with him, and he was just a really decent guy. So, and I had this is way before cell phones. I had a film camera, and I took a picture of Evan and Woody, and it was the last frame on the roll. And it started rewinding, and Woody started walking away. But I'm like, hey, wait up. So luckily I had an extra roll, popped the new roll in, got a photo with Woody and I. So, that kind of sets up what's coming up. So, 2 years later, I buy this magazine, Keith Richards on the cover, and I go to the center, and, the article, and there's a picture of a Backstage pass. I'm like, holy shit, that's the cover of the Talk is Cheap cassette.
Mm-hmm.
I felt, so I did. And it was identical. I'm like, holy shit, I can do this. But Keith's Talk is Cheap tour, we went through town. So I didn't make another one. The first one I made was the same year, this Rolling Stones Steel Wheels tour. I just took the Steel Wheels cassette, it was, before computers and digital stuff. I made it by hand with an X-Acto blade and a straight edge. And I took that Ronnie Wood photo, put it on the back with like a Budweiser logo, and I hand wrote a note like this pass gets Barry into any Rolling Stone show. Just totally, and it worked, man. I went to the Silverdome all by myself. I'm like nervous, very nervous. And I'm walking down, I'm like, okay, boom, boom, boom. Like, what do you want? I'm like, show him the pass. I'm like, come on in. I'm like, holy shit, this is so cool. So I did, and I kind of milled around backstage, and, I didn't get too close. I didn't try to go into any dressing rooms or anything. So I just kind of headed out in the crowd. And that was pretty much it. I got into the Rolling Stones with fake backstage pass.
So Barry, hold on a second. So that so you sent me the original picture from that article, and then you showed the Talk is Cheap tour already came through.
Right.
So you couldn't do it. People, I'm just telling you, when Barry says, I just took the cover of the cassette. I pasted the word guest across it. That's all he did. It looked exactly like the pass in the article. I showed it to my niece on Sunday. We were out to dinner with the family, and I'm like, this guy has got some freaking plums of steel.
Barry guerrilla marketing at its best.
Right.
Okay, so you did it at the Steel Wheels tour. Where was Steel Wheels? Spartan Stadium?
Silverdome.
Oh, Silverdome.
Right.
God, dome. Okay, so did you see any of the guys behind stage?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
No.
Okay, Barry was kind enough to create us a timeline. And look, everybody. Oh, I didn't know you saw the Eels. How are they?
Really good.
Oh, I bet. Ooh,
Really good. Yeah.
they're from your neighborhood?
No, but they played the Pantages that night. I think he's from LA.
Okay, so this is all good, harmless fun because no one gets hurt. That's why we can relate these stories.
Yeah, there's no real rules. There's no rules about making fake tests.
Well, come on, Barry. I mean, it's not bad, but it's probably not kosher.
No, especially with heads of security. They really hate it. I mean, so, security guard doesn't give a fuck. But if you get into the guys at the top, they get seriously pissed.
Okay, so give us a couple of stories of, you did the Silverdome with the Stones. Give us the most awkward backstage, and give us the best backstage.
Okay, let me start with the worst one. It's another Rolling Stone show in 1994 at Spartan Stadium. This one went south, man. I was with my friend Tanya, and we walked right in like we usually do. But I'm serious, 10 seconds later, there's Mick and Keith's personal security. And they walk up to me and they're pissed. They take the pass, yank it off my lanyard, and "Oi, mate, that's a bogus pass." I'm like, "What's your problem?" So I pushed them, and both of them pushed me back into a chain link fence and just held me down until the Michigan State trooper came. I'm like, "Oh, fuck, I'm going to jail." Tanya's like, "Don't hurt him, don't hurt him." Anyways, they kicked us out and they gave us a trespassing ticket, and that's the most trouble we ever gotten into.
So, and East Lansing gave me a minor in possession ticket, so I'm just not a fan of MSU anymore.
Me neither.
Well, sorry, Barry, I interrupted you real quick, and unfortunately these phones snap out a couple times. So did you see any of the show?
No, nothing.
Nothing. Did you buy tickets, or were you just trying to get in? Okay.
Just made laminates.
So you're not out. God, what were they probably charging back then for that tour? $120 a ticket?
Sounds about right.
Christ, I just paid $560 to stand on the floor at LCA.
Yeah, times have changed.
Oh, for sure. Okay, best.
My buddy Kevin took his mom's Mercedes, a really nice one, the 450 SL 2-door. And we were pulling, cruising down Jefferson. We're all excited. And I'm like, "Don't park the car. Just drive straight into Cobo, through security where all the semis are." And Simon's like, "Yeah, no problem. We'll get a Mercedes here." So sure enough, we pull up to the little gate, flash the pass. We're in a Mercedes, two punk kids. They open the gate. We park the car, walk straight in, and we just watch Sting. We're sitting on, these equipment, those big fucking boxes they roll around.
Yeah.
The stage. So when people are looking at us, I'm like, what the fuck? That's not an official pass. But no one, they kind of looked at us, but they let us slide. And that was a good one.
That's a good one. Now, wait a minute. Where was that? Was that at Cobo?
Yeah, that was also
that's right.
Cobo.
You just said, because I'm looking at your timeline here. So did any of these experiences get you up in front of the star? Because I know there's a couple pictures here. So there's you and Neil in Detroit. So was that at a concert?
That was not backstage. That was on a yacht.
Okay, do tell.
Okay, so my dad's in the marine business, and he knows a lot of captains. So Captain Kevin called one day. He said, "Hey, my first mate can't make it. Can Barry fill in?" And he said, "Sure." So I'm gonna make a couple, make $100 in a couple hours. So I go down to Bayview, get on the boat. We take it down to Riverfront Apartments, and I'm getting the bar all set up. I look out the window. I'm like, that dude looks like Neil Young. And he turns the corner, gets on the boat. He's with Mr. and Mrs. Kuhn, and they introduce themselves, and Neil's right behind him. He's like, "Hi, I'm Neil Young." And I, couldn't even breathe. I was hyperventilating. So I, said, "Hey, how you doing? What do you want? Can I get you a beer?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll have a Beck's." And then they go up and they talk their business. I'm like, "Holy shit, Ronnie. I'm Neil Young. That's incredible. I just met him." So, I got my picture with him, after they were done. And I don't know, it's a pretty cool experience.
We've got a buddy, Doug I shouldn't say his last name, but I will. Doug Turnbull. He ends up in the craziest spots. He sends us a picture one day. I think it was with Neil Young. He sends another pic. No. It was. He was talking to Bono up north up in Lansing when they came through about, I don't know, climate change or something like that. And then he sends a picture. He's with Ndamukong Suh, the defensive tackle from the Lions. And I'm like, Doug, how do you stumble into this like random shit? I mean, I can barely find like the third drummer from Seduce, you know? Jesus. So,
Get lucky.
yeah, you get lucky sometimes. So later in life, okay, so that's early 2000s, and I see you went to a number of shows 2010 and after. So in 2011, you've got GNR, Ozzy Osbourne, Cake, U2, Adele, Widespread Panic. Oh, on our birthday, Gare. Pumpkins, Van Halen, Jane's Addiction.
Right.
Same modus operandi.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, people always ask me, like, how do you know what the passes look like? I'm like, I don't. I just like take my best guess, and they usually work. But the only time my fake pass looked like a real pass was at that Cake show. They were.
It was that close?
Yeah, it was perfect.
Wow.
The match, like 1 out of 60. I've almost done 60 of these. So,
seriously?
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm standing like Danny Gibney. Remember Danny?
Oh,
he was
shit, yeah.
And we were like standing right on stage like the whole time. They walked right by us when they were done. It's pretty cool. But I didn't have the balls to reach out and say hi or anything.
Yeah, you know what? I get that though. It's like, what are you gonna do? Hey, Paul McCartney, what are you gonna say to him?
But you made it that far. You don't want to push it too much,
Well, I mean, if I bumped into Paul, I'd say, look, you should have used an augmented flatted third on Eleanor Rigby in the second stanza just before the bridge. Sorry.
Is that what you would say, Bob?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'd probably choke on my tongue. All right, Barry, I can't believe you've done this that number of times. It is freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I know. And I've only been tossed out of like a few. It's like a 90% success rate.
Hey, Barry, being a big Van Halen fan, the one from 2012 in St. Paul, any good story there?
Not really, because we went in through the front door.
Okay.
We didn't. So but I think the thing about that Van Halen show, I think that was the last show they did before they canceled the tour.
Because David Lee Roth's voice was so bad? Yes.
Well, that too, but I think, him and Dave, or Eddie and Dave just won.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Eddie's, man, he was a pain in the ass, if you ask me.
He was a drunk, man. I mean, his brain was fried.
Who told, so Matt Turnbull, I think I already mentioned this in a podcast a couple weeks ago. Stephen Piercy lives down the street from Eddie Van Halen. Eddie's trying to get sober. He says, hey, Stephen Piercy from Rat, hey, can I hide a bottle of vodka in your bushes? And he's like, well, I've got a freezer in the garage. Why don't you just put it there? Stephen Piercy's on tour, and all of a sudden he gets a phone call. Hey, there's some guy rummaging around in your garage. He looks like Eddie Van Halen. And Piercy's like, that's because it is Eddie Van Halen. He's looking for a bottle of vodka.
Oh, my God.
All right. So, Barry, I noticed that 2014, 13, 15, it started to get a little... Were you growing up a little?
Yeah, I was growing up. I had enough money, to buy my own tickets for real shows, and kind of just fizzled out.
Yeah, well, it fizzled out 5 years ago, 3 years before COVID at the U2.
Right.
So in 2017.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's always a thrill. I mean, the adrenaline starts pumping, when you try to outsmart security. It's a rush. I love it.
Well, dude, I'm telling you, man, hats off to you for this. This is just freaking hilarious.
Yeah. It's like I was at Roger Waters' The Wall, and we got kind of like greedy towards the end of the show and tried to like go down like right up front. And, security just grabbed us and they took us backstage. They were so fucking pissed. They took us to the cops, and the cops are like, what are we going to do? We can't arrest these guys. I'm like, oh, I'm playing stupid. I'm like, oh, I just bought these for $200 outside. It wasn't, I'm sorry.
You know what? Sometimes you just got to play ignorant. You know, I got to tell you, I don't know what you thought of that Roger Waters show. Gary and I sat 10th row, 20th row, something like that.
Phenomenal.
Great show. I had two punk kids next to me talking at full volume next to me. And I looked at the kid and I said, hey, man, I'm trying to listen to music. And he goes, oh, well, we're singing. No, you're not. You're talking. And they didn't show up for the second half.
Good. Punk ass kid.
Punk ass kid. He probably bought a fake pass.
Right.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Hey, but Roger Waters, great show. He's an angry dude.
Yeah.
He's an angry.
Yeah, I mean, Gary's word, it was phenomenal. It was a hell of a show, but I don't think he's that nice a guy.
He's a communist. Whoops.
Yeah, he is.
And he's pissed off, but has buried a great show.
For sure.
And
For sure.
Who was playing guitar, Bob?
G.E. Smith.
Thank you.
There you go.
Hey,
Okay, Barry, anything you want to throw out?
boy, I think I've covered most of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
All these shows were fun. ZZ Top's one of my favorites. They were cool. I met them backstage. It was a meet and greet. I didn't I just paid $200 to go meet them. They're all really cool.
Well,
Neil Young, Ronnie Wood was cool.
So I do have a Ronnie Wood story. So I know this guy, he lived in London. He said his daughter was at this school and he went to pick up his daughter. And all of a sudden, this guy walks up next to him and said something in really thick British accent. And Danny, the guy I know, looks over at him and he said, yeah, I agree. And he looks back straight and he's like, it's freaking Ronnie Wood. Literally, Ronnie Wood's daughter, who is, what's he on his fifth wife, 48th kid, and he's like picking up a 10-year-old at school or an 8-year-old. And then he's just standing next to Danny. Danny, I'm like, what'd you say? He goes, nothing. He goes, what do you say to Ronnie Wood?
Right.
Nothing.
I met him. I was like starstruck. And I'm like, I love you. I love you. I love you. He's I wants to marry me.
Well, so Smith and I went to see him on his a solo tour, and we went to the Ritz in Roseville. And you got to love it. He comes out for the encore, and he looks at the audience, and he goes, "We always come back." Yeah, you're right. You do. You're fucking hilarious. Pardon my French. All right. Hey, Barry, thanks for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. That was fun.
Listen, I know we're going to get a ton of comments on this one. I'll cut it down. You send it to whoever you want.
Okay.
All right.
A lot of fun, Barry. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Gary. That was fun.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, this timeline kills me.
Dude, priceless. Priceless on the timeline.
Glad I made it.
Did you keep all your concert subs too?
No, I didn't, but I know you did.
I did. Except
Right.
some of them are getting so faded from age that I can't even tell what concert it was. But
Right.
I still have that Kiss 83 ticket.
Yeah, do you really? Oh my God, that's awesome.
Oh, for sure. I'll take a picture. I'll send it to you.
I know, dude. Hey, man, I love your podcast. I listen to almost all of them, and I'm telling you, you guys are like the click and clack of music.
That's kind of
That
you,
means
man.
a lot. Thank you.
Good stuff. I really like it. So
All right,
I'll
well,
spread the
spread the word.
Yeah,
We'd appreciate it, and we will be in touch. It won't be another 30 years, my friend.
right on.
Okay.
All right.
All right. See you, buddy.
All right. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So we just talked to Barry for a second offline. Gare, those stories kill me.
Great stories.
60 shows. In the the methodology continued from start to finish. A little yellow stripe with the word guest across it, and a cassette.
Hey, Bob. Barry's a rock star.
Barry is a rock star.
Barry is a rock star.
No, that was pure genius. So I don't know what else to say. He had me laughing my ass off for the last week when we talked to him. And again, I haven't talked to the guy in 30 years. And I just sent him a note on Facebook, which I almost never use. And he was game.
That's the best part of the story right there.
And he was all game to do it. So now I've talked to him and we've got another podcast. So away we go. Anything you want to drop in at the end, Gare?
I'm good.
Anybody out there you want to give a shout out to, like one of our number one fans, Paul G?
Oh, Paul. Yeah, Paul G. I almost used last name. Shouldn't do that. Yeah, and Steve C. is a big fan.
Is he? What about your buddy who we met down at the Echo show?
Oh, Johnny.
Johnny,
big fan.
Johnny.
Yep.
So I saw him working out a couple weeks later. He's like, "That was a great show," and I'm like, "Yeah, Echo was a pretty good show." He goes, "No, your show. That's a great show." And I'm like,
Oh, you're talking about me.
"Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that." So, hey, and I noticed that 15% of the, I think 15, no, what did I say? 50% of our listeners subscribe.
Some
Great
like
number
that.
like that. We'll get into that in another podcast. Forward this on. Give us a thumbs up. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, and Amazon, Audible.
Correct.
And we'll be back in a couple weeks. We're going to take a break for the holiday season. We're going to go find Santa, and we're going to throw some coal in his boots. Well, I don't know. What else are you going to do to Santa?
Happy holidays. See ya.
Merry Christmas, everyone. See you later.